So, hey guys, Chauzu here. So, I watched One Piece film Red now. Not in great quality or anything. I watched some uh, recording with a camera. Like, it's not optimal, but like with the new units coming in the future, like, we'll probably get some spoilers with units. I really wanted to watch the movie if possible. See, I've done it now, and since I do know Japanese, fluently in reading at least, not as good in listening, but yeah, I was able to keep up pretty good with the movie, even without subtitles. So yeah, just a warning here that I'll be talking spoilers here, so I will warn in the thumbnail, I will warn in the title, I'm warning now. There's no reason for you to complain after this, okay? So I thought I'd talk very briefly about my impressions, like I'm not a movie critic, it's not really my thing. I will say that I liked it more than Stampede. I basically only watched Strong World, Stampede, and now Film Red. And I do think I like Film Red the most. It's very similar to Stampede in that it feels like one of the ultimate team-ups of One Piece, where a lot of people are here and they've done a good job of not doing the exact same people as in Stampede. But at the same time, I feel like the movie is a bit more emotional. You get a bit more vested. I feel like the hype moments are more hype. And yeah, I feel like they did a pretty good job. I won't say that they nailed it. There were periods where like didn't watch properly. I lost interest a bit, but overall, pretty good experience. I liked it. So with that, I thought we'd talk a bit about what legends I expect going forward. And I'm just going to name a couple of units. I'm not saying that all of these will get legends. I'm just saying that if we get legends, I'm expecting some of these. So I hope I made myself clear with that. So the big one first, and yeah, this was the first thing I was thinking about after watching the movie. I was like, surely this is the big Super Sugo at the end of the month. Luffy and Shanks duo unit. Like, if you haven't watched the movie and want some context, basically, Luffy and Shanks fight together against the main antagonist. It's just that Luffy is in the dream world, Shanks is in the real world, but both deal the final blow at the same time together. So it really feels like them fighting together. And like it just feels like a perfect opportunity to do a unit like this, which will probably sell really well. And sure, it's possible that they go for like a separate Shanks, maybe a Luffy, but I feel like they can always do that. How often can you justify doing a Luffy and Shanks duo unit, right? I don't think they're dropping this opportunity. It feels perfect and people will be hyped out of their minds, I imagine. You probably also heard that Luffy is in Gear 5 very, very momentarily during this final blow, but I won't really read too much into that. They are definitely not doing a Gear 5 legend for a long time. It will need to happen in the anime first or be close in the anime. Basically, we're all expecting Gear 5 around the next anniversary. So yeah, I feel pretty sure about that. I would be shocked if they skip this, but one way or another, we're definitely getting a Shanks legend at least. I'm very happy overall with Shanks' representation in the movie. He was in it a lot more than I expected, so it was really cool to see. One other cool part of the movie was like with Katakuri, like I thought he would have a really minor role, and he kind of does. He's only in it in the end, but they really hype him up so much when he enters, and he's one of the few people who cooperate with Shanks, since the others are basically in the dream world. And Katakuri and Shanks have a pretty cool conversation as well that I kind of liked, where Katakuri really emphasized that he really just wants to save his sister in Brule, who is trapped in the mirror world. And Katakuri proves to be pretty important since he's able to use Brulee's abilities to basically see what happens in the mirror world in the real world, since they basically had to coordinate a bit. But yeah, Katakuri ended up playing a very big role in the end. And yeah, considering how they hyped him in the movie, I feel like him getting a legend for Film Red feels pretty possible. Even if he's pretty bland in terms of like special clothing, he looks like normal basically. But like Bandai do love their Katakuri legends, they can probably spit another one out. Who knows? Another one, which I thought was pretty cool, will be an Usopp and Yasopp legend, and it's pretty similar to Luffy and Shanks. They didn't meet, but they ended up doing a very important coordination between the dream world and the real world. And yeah, we also had a nice moment where Usopp realizes that he's like connecting to his dad, and Yasopp is like, "Oh, you finally noticed me," or something like that. That was pretty funny. Will also be a pretty cool voice line if they make it in as a legend. Yeah, will be pretty cool. They were also very important in the end with that coordination. And yeah, I was thinking about it when I thought about this, but this feels like the only way an Usopp gets a legend for, say, a Super Sugo, for example. I can see them doing many Usopp units that are of such hype that they could do it. So would be pretty cool if they did it. Would be pretty cool Super Sugo batch if it was like Shanks, Luffy, and Usopp Yasopp. Like that could really be hyped up, I feel. So yeah, moving on. We also had a cool team up of Kizaru and Fujitora. I don't really think they've done much together, but these two get so much screen time in the middle and end of the movie. They are a lot more, they are super prominent and have a really big role. Like they fight against Uta, they fight against Shanks and the crew and everybody that Uta has possessed, basically, like zombies. So they really do a good job, and I feel like both turn out to be pretty sympathetic. Like this time, you can kind of, like if you watch the movie, you feel like they aren't really on the wrong side here. Like Uta does go pretty berserk, and they do have to stop her. So yeah, it would be pretty cool. I don't really see much other chances of getting like a Kizaru Fuji unit. Could be a legend. I don't think it would be Super Sugo, but there could be other legends as well from like Treasure Map or Kizuna or something. Can't rule that out. And it could be this month for Kizuna or next month, who knows. And even if they don't get a legend, I do feel like we should get a duo unit with them. It feels very fitting to me. Moving on. I combined two separate legends here to not have to make two slides, but yeah, these are a bit out of their legends, but we already got one out of their legend with Usopp, so why not? Thinking about the rest of the cast of the movie, I feel like these are the two that stood out the most. Like in the middle of the movie, Barto is basically the MVP. I feel he's so involved in all the happenings, and he manages to trap Uta in his barrier ball, and he helps out Luffy a lot, protecting him and transporting him. Like, yeah, Barto does a heavy lifting, and then he kind of disappears, but I feel like he was really very prominent there. And then on the other hand, Coby's basically invisible until the end of the movie, but then he is like the guy who unites everybody in the dream world and starts the comeback against the main antagonist, and it's really overdue for a Coby legend, so could be pretty cool out of their legend, but I will say that close Coby wear doesn't feel very legend-like. Would feel pretty weird if the first Coby legend has clothes like that. That's just my opinion, though. But yeah, there's two potential out of their legends, and of course you could do stuff like Law maybe, or another Straw Hat or such, but yeah, I feel like these are two more fun options if we're doing another weird legend. And finally, 6+ Uta. And honestly, when watching the movie, I can't really say like, oh, 6+ is obviously going to be this. Basically, there's some moment where Uta's wings turn black, but I don't really think it was a super big change. Like, I feel like the current 6-star Uta is like the ultimate form of quotation marks normal Uta. Then, of course, Uta does transform to the main antagonist called what's it called again? Tot Musica, I think. A big monster, basically. So maybe this is like a bullet monster 6+ situation where Tot Musica is the 6+ Uta. I could see that. Other people have been speculating if maybe Tot Musica is like a big event for the Super Sugo. Might also be possible. I probably prefer if it was 6+ because I feel any other option for 6+ would be weird. At the same time, Tot Musica isn't really Uta. It's more like Uta transforms into this villain who isn't her. But yeah. Anyway, that's it for this video. I'm super excited to see what happens next for Film Red because after Treasure Map, who knows what will happen? We've done the obvious stuff. Now we can stop with the new main character. We can stop with the Moogies. Now we can move on to more fun units. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.